On the first mission, Pyrrhic Victory, like all our missions, there are 3 pieces of intel. Piece 1 is at the very beginning of the game, and you'll be following this truck with the big old commander guy on it, whatever his name may be. I don't really remember. Whatever, big deal. But if you veer off to the right here just a small bit, you'll see a truck tipped over on its side that says Access. The piece of intel will be on the right side of the truck in this little crater. Pick that up, and then I would recommend opening up the truck and taking the mortars out of the inside because they're going to be very helpful for the rest of the mission. It's great. Fantastic. There you go. There's the first piece of intel. The second piece of intel will be in the very second part of the mission. You'll get off the chopper and land on this boat and take care of that guy. And what you're going to do is you're going to get up and you're going to go to the left side of the boat and you're going to climb up the ladder. You don't have to go around the back of the boat. That's what I'm going to end up doing. Don't know why I did that. But it's on the left side, tucked in a little corner. You'll see it when I go around the boat, but you can go right up this ladder and it's right there on your right. So there's your second piece of intel. We're definitely making some progress. The third piece of intel is going to be later on in the mission when you're carrying woods through the jungle. I was going to say through the woods because that would have been ironic. But at the second place where you stop to fend off the hordes of people attacking you, you're going to walk off to your right and you're going to find a treehouse. It's the second treehouse on your right. You're going to climb up that ladder and it'll be up there in the treehouse. You'll see it here in a second. And there you have it, all 3 pieces of intel for the very first mission, Pyrrhic Victory. The first piece of intel on Celerium is right after you get done with your wingsuit jump. You head up here to this point where you have to stop this helicopter from taking off, and it'll be in a little room inside of these ruins right here to your left, on this table, right there. First piece of thing, looks like an iPad. First piece of intel for the mission Celerium. Your second piece of intel is a few minutes further down the mission. You'll end up going underground into this underground bunker. At what point you'll get blown up by a little robot, and you'll back up and do this crazy slow motion thing, which I don't really like inside of the story, but whatever. You take out the little robot, and you'll head into the office right here to your left. It'll be in the office on a table. You'll see it here in just a moment. And there you have it, your second piece of intel for the mission Celerium. The third piece of intel you'll find after you get the doctor guy out of his box. You'll see what I mean once you play the mission if you haven't done it already. But you gotta grab one of these shields to block these turrets up on the roof from shooting at you, the turrets that hang off the ceiling. So once you take those out, you head straight up into the room right in front of you, and in the back of the room on a table, you'll find the third piece of intel. The third piece of intel is right there on the table. Pick it up, and you're done with all the intel for the mission Celerium. The mission Old Wounds starts with you riding a horse through the Arabian desert or Indian or wherever you are. It doesn't really Afghanistani desert. Who cares? But you go to this meeting with this Chinese fellow and some other people, and what you're going to do is right after you get control of your character after this little cutscene thing that happens, you're going to turn to your right and you're going to find a piece of intel right here on this box or dresser or whatever it is. I'm not really sure. But there's your first piece of intel. You head outside and you got to hop on your horse and you'll be on your way to your second piece of intel. Hop on your horse, and you ride your horse out of town. You get out of Dodge. That's what you do. Hop on your horse, get going. I showed all this because this can be a little bit tricky to find. And so if you just follow my exact path that I take, you'll have no problem at all finding your second piece of intel. Because it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, and it's only marked by a flag next to a tree with an ammo crate box thing. So just follow exactly where I'm going, and you'll find your intel. Straight ahead, there it is. Get off your horse by holding X, pick up your intel, and what you're going to do now is you're going to, well, me personally, I hop right back on my horse, and I go to my second piece of intel. You can wait and do it later in the mission. I just find it to be easier to go right away, so you don't have to worry about remembering it later. But you're going to turn to your right, and you're going to follow this thing. I like to go underneath this little rock bridge because it's cool. And you head right up here, And in this dark cave you see up here on the ground right there, your third piece of intel. So that's all your intel for the mission Old Wounds. As you're roid raging as Mr. Menendez into the burning horse barn is where you'll find your first piece of intel. Be sure not to kill the civilian on the ground because that'll make you fail the mission. Learn that the hard way. So dispatch of the couple guys in here, and to your right you'll see a little wagon, a wooden wheeled wagon. And on the back of there is where you'll find your first piece of intel for the mission Time and Fate. After you gain control of your U.S. soldier, what you're going to do is you're going to head up these stairs as you continue going through, as you're attacking this villa building place, and there'll be a bell tower on the right. So go into the bell tower, climb up, and as you're climbing up the second ladder, you'll see the piece of intel right there on a middle floor. So you're going to hop off the ladder, and right there is your second piece of intel. Later on in the mission, when you go down into the coke lab, you can't miss it because you have to go down there. Kill these druggies. Kill these cokeheads right here. Take them out, and you're going to, me personally, when I did it, I went over here to the left, and I climbed over the top of these boxes in this railing. You can go around if you want. I don't know, I just went this way. Not really sure why. But in this room straight ahead, you'll find your intel. Your intel will be on a bench thing to the left, and then you'll have it. You'll have all three pieces of intel for the mission, Time, and Fate. So there you go. There you have it. All three pieces of intel. The first piece of intel on the mission, Fallen Angel, is right at the beginning. Right as you gain control of your character, you'll see it right there in front of you. There's your first piece of intel. After you progress a little bit through the mission, you'll get to this point here where this bus tries to kill you or smash your head. That evil Transformer Decepticon guy. There he goes. He's gone. So it's all good. But as soon as you stand up, after almost getting crushed by the bus, you'll turn right into a little cubby on your right. And on the left, on the ground, will be your second piece of intel.
Anthem's just up the way. Come on.
There you have it. Intel number 2.
What a fucking mess.
Continuing through the story, after you avoid the helicopter drones, your very last run to get inside, you'll see, as you go in, that the ceiling will crumble right in front of you. In the rubble from the crumbled ceiling, you will find your third piece of intel. On the mission Karma, as soon as you enter, I think it's a server room after doing this retinal scan thing, after you do that cool little spider part, you're going to head into this room and you're going to take care of these guys. You're going to shoot them in the face, you're going to shoot them in the belly, you're going to shoot them wherever you got to shoot them, but you're going to get them out of your way. And you're going to head over to the right side of the room. On the right side of the room, there will be a desk containing your first piece of intel for the mission Karma. Later on in Karma, what you're going to do is you're going to go into a mall, jump down to the lower level of the mall, and enter the store called Doho. Yes, it's called Doho. Don't ask me why. Go to the back of the store, and behind the counter, you'll find your piece of intel on a shelf. There you go. Second piece of intel on Karma. At the end of the mission, when you're chasing down DeFalco, you're going to go into this large plaza area. If you make it to the end where you're heading up the last set of stairs, you've gone way too far. What I would recommend, since it's kind of hard to find, there's really no way to really point it out, stay to the right side and always check all of these shopping booth things, these stands. It's on one of them, it's this one, it's on the right side before you get to the stairs. Mission 7, Suffer With Me. Your first piece of intel is going to be in the hangar after you drop into the skylight. You'll find the piece of intel on the second floor of the hangar. What you're going to do is you're going to head over this way. You're going to turn to your right, not your left, because I'm an idiot and I went the wrong direction. but I'll turn around here, and you head around this second level of this hangar, and when you get to the stairs, do not go down the stairs, go to the left. Once again, I'm kind of an idiot, and I literally walk right past it, I look at it, and just leave it there. And I walked right past it, and then I'm going to go down these stairs. You don't do that. You be smart. You stay at the top and grab your piece of intel. But you'll see it here in just a second. The second piece of intel on Suffer With Me is kind of hard to explain. I figured the best way to do it was to start from this globe here as you're traveling through the town. You're on your way to a red church, and the building you need to go to is next to that. But from the globe, you go straight this way, down this road. Sorry it's all blurry, rockets going off. And you just go straight. You come out this way, kill that guy, and in this building here to your left, you'll find your piece of intel. It'll be on the right on the counter. I go to the wrong place. Once again, I've been doing that for this level. But there's your piece of intel. It's right next to the red church. If you missed the building at first, just explore the buildings and you'll find it eventually. After you get through all the hustle bustle, and you get that scumbag guy that you got to escort through the town to through the door and inside, you'll be in this mode where you can't move. You just gotta walk, which, like I said, I hate it when it does these things in this game. But don't turn left here. Keep going straight, go into this room, and you'll find your piece of intel right here on this this workbench thing. And there's your third piece of intel. On Mission 8, Achilles Veil, after Mr. Cyclops Caesar Chavez guy here, whatever his name is, blows up that helicopter-y plane fly thing, whatever those are called in this game. Who really knows? Everything's so different here. None of it really exists. You're going to head this way across the courtyard, and you're going to turn left and go into this room. And right there, disguised kind of like a pillow, is your first piece of intel, sitting right there on the ground. After you make your dramatic choice in this mission, you're going to head up this alleyway here with whatever teammates you have with you. Or I'm not sure, because obviously I only made one decision. But you're going to head this way. And you're going to come up on a building. It's going to be kind of like a little corner building type thing. I showed the whole thing because it's kind of hard to tell if I just show you like from right here where it is. But you're going to head in here, kill these guys, and tucked in a corner behind these crates, you'll find your second piece of intel. The third piece of intel is located outside of the town on this dusty cliffside with all of these dragon fire things flying around. It's hard to say what building it's in. It's the one with a rug hanging right here and some crates around it, if that works. You can't climb up this crate, so go up the stairs. It works a lot better because you can actually get up. Go around the side of the building, climb up the ladder, and next to the big fuel tank on top, you'll find your third piece of intel sitting on a crate. On the mission Odysseus, your first piece of intel will be located on the bridge of the USS Obama. Come in here, kill these guys. I like to punch them with the shock fist thing, or whatever it's called. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's in Zombies, not really positive. But it's right there on the right side of the bridge is your first piece of intel. After you make your decision with Admiral Briggs, and you spawn back into here, you're going to follow your homeboy here. You're going to go down these stairs. You're going to turn to your right, and there's going to be another set of stairs at the end of this room before you go down this red staircase here. If you get to the point where you confront who, in my case, was a traitor, you've gone too far. But you can save and quit and come back if you'd like. But it's right there. Then you head down these stairs, and you get to confront the traitor. I think he's a traitor most of the time. When you get to the deck of the USS Barack Obama, you'll find your third piece of intel. Once you get up there, kind of veer a little bit to the right towards your extraction point, and you will find 2 undestroyed VTOL warships. It'll be in the VTOL warship that is slightly further away than the first one. And that is where you'll find your third piece of intel, and the final piece of intel for the mission Odysseus. On the mission Cordis, after you have the option to either snipe or rappel down, doesn't matter which one you choose, once you get down to the ground, take a left here and head over towards these fire trucks. You may want to take care of the guys behind you with RPGs because they're kind of a pain in the ass and they will keep shooting at you and it gets a little frustrating. But behind this blown up car, you'll find your piece of intel on the ground, the first one for Cordis. After your truck gets smashed and you have to take out that little Adolf Hitler tank thing, I don't remember what they're called, but like I've said before, I don't really care. You head into this building here to your left, and there's going to be a few guys in here. You can take care of them if you want, you can ignore them, doesn't matter. But here's your piece of intel right there on that little service desk thing, and there you go, second piece of intel. Just a little bit up the road, you'll find the Plaza downtown area thing for your third piece of intel. Head into shops at the Plaza, and you're going to head up here and you're going to go up these escalators. You'll see a door on the left that you can access to get to the roof. If you want to do some more of those missile shooting things, you can do that. But right here on this clothing rack is another piece of intel. Kind of a strange place to hide it, but hey, not my decision. On the final mission, Judgment Day, you're going to head through the mission just a little bit until you get to building number 27. You're going to want to go inside of building number 27, and you're going to want to head upstairs. There's a few people in here, so be careful to take them out, and a few people are cloaked as well. But they're not going to be too big of a deal, especially if you're playing on a recruit like I am right now. But anyway, don't judge. I'm a good person, I swear to God. But up here, on one of these tables in here, you will find your first piece of intel for the final mission, Judgment Day. When you get into the radio tower control center, you'll find your second piece of intel. It'll be on the far side of the room that you came in from, about halfway up the stairs on one of the tables. It's kind of hard to find, but I would recommend just looking for it. I'm trying to show you the best I can as to where it is. But if you just search around a little bit, you won't have much of a problem. Continuing through the mission, Judgment Day, you'll head into this round, weird room that kind of looks like a nuclear power reactor. In here, you will find your final piece of intel for not just the mission, but for the game. Me personally, I went down to this other set of stairs over here, and I jumped over this little generator for this light. And that allowed me to just hop down here and go to the opposite side of the room and find my intel. Final one for not just the mission, but the game. There you have it. You got your achievement, and you're good to go. There you go. Enjoy, everybody. I hope you find all the intel.